For those that don't know, I have a podcast. It's called Making It in Africa. Making It in Africa is a platform that I created to educate and encourage more young Africans to get into entrepreneurship. On the podcast, I do have different guests each and every week. Some are entrepreneurs, very successful entrepreneurs, and some are just individuals doing different things to earn income, and probably they're still entrepreneurs. And I also have some millionaires come to the podcast. So how do I get a millionaire to come to my podcast? Most of the millionaires, some of them are Americans and some of them are Africans. How do I approach a millionaire to come to my podcast? How did it happen? That's a good question. One of the millionaires is a guy that I've known for so long. I've known the guy for 6 years, I guess. But the guy, I never talked to him. I saw this guy. He was doing stuff on social media. I like dressing nice, as you can tell. I'm always dressed nice. The guy was dressed nice, and he was wearing a nice suit, a nice background, just taking a picture, and then he was saying some motivational stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start following this guy. So I started following this guy I followed this guy for like 5 years, 6 years, I guess. 6 years, I guess. Yeah, I followed him for 6 years. He started by liking his pictures. He liked my pictures as well. He followed me back, and then it just continued going like that. And then I was quiet, and nobody was liking each other's stuff. And this is what happened. I think 2 years ago, I just messaged him, Happy New Year. What I did in 2018, going into 2019, I started messaging all the people that I look at your profile and see, oh, these people I used to interact with them, they like my pictures, or I like their content, or they're producing great content. I was like, okay, how do I approach those people? So I was like, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Happy New Year to everybody. Compliments of the new year, my brother, kept on going. And then this guy messaged me back. He's like, oh, compliments of the new year, my brother. I hope everything is going well with you. I'm like, yeah, everything is fantastic. Ended the conversation there, right? They moved on to now, which is 2020. Guy became a millionaire probably 3 years ago. And, I messaged him. I'm like, my brother, I have a podcast. I just DM'd him. Like, okay, I'm going to take my shot. My brother, I'm having a podcast. Do you want to come to the podcast? And he's like, oh, for sure, man. I've been seeing what you're doing. It's really amazing work. I want to be part of it. I was like, what? For real? He's like, yeah, for sure. Let's do it. Then the time we're supposed to do it, he's like, oh, I'm sick. I can't do this today. Man, it was like a bomb. I'm like, Then I was like, maybe he just doesn't want to do it anymore. I'm like, oh, hope you get well soon. And then that was about it, man. The next week he messaged me like, bro, I'm ready to do the podcast. Let's do it. I'm like, okay, let's do it. So that's how I got this millionaire on the podcast. Then the second millionaire that I got on the podcast, I was reading articles on, I always stay up to date with entrepreneurs on the African continent. I stay up to date with entrepreneurs in Zimbabwe as well. And there's this guy who was a low-key guy, I read about him, like, this guy's doing da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me add him on Facebook. Boom, added him on Facebook. Boom, added me back. And that was like probably 3 years ago. Then, in those 3 years, I'm just watching, I'm just picking like, oh, what is this guy doing? He's traveling the world. He's giving some speeches and stuff like that. And nothing too fancy. Oh, he's posting some nice cars here and there. Not a very flashy guy. I'm like, okay. I was really doubtful. I'm like, man. So when I started my podcast, I was like, let me look up this dude. What is he about? I'm like, boom. Then I feel like his company, he sold like billions and billions of this and that. I'm like, dude, I know this dude. I didn't know he was like that. Because, like, okay, cool. I'm like, hey, bro, do you want to come on my podcast? I explained to him, what my podcast is about, what I'm trying to achieve, And, in my other videos, I talk about how you approach people. So, people like millionaires, how they can come on your podcast. So I was like, do you want to come on my podcast? But, my profile, if you look on my social media, is set up different. So when I approach these people, they come back to me how do I say this? They don't look down at our conversation like this. They know like, someone is feeling like they're better than each other. Does that make sense? I don't know if it makes sense to you. So sometimes if you try to do my strategy, your conversation might be going here and their conversation is up here. So the reason probably is because your social media ain't set right. So if you want to see how to set up your social media right, check out one of my videos or look Tatamondo and see how I look on social media. So when I approach these people, it's like, it's easy. So yeah, so I told him, like, this is the platform I have. I'm trying to achieve this and this and that. Me, I'm a guy, like, I know I get messaged a lot. People message me, be like, hi. I'm like, dude, I don't know you. What do you want? I'm busy. You can't just say hi and leave it there. So it's like, if I say hi, how you doing? This is what I'm working on. Straight to the point. And this is how many people, this is what I'm trying to achieve. Da, 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 da. Boom. Straight up. Boom. And reply, yeah, sure, I want to do it. Let's do it next week. Cool. Boom. Next week comes, hits up dude. Boom. Dude doesn't respond. Dude texts me after 2 weeks. Messages me. I can't do it, da 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 da. But I was busy. I've been busy. Let's do it after next week. Next week comes, dude goes quiet. Dude messages me after 3 weeks. Sorry, I was busy. Blah, blah, blah. Here's my number. Text me, and then we can set it up. Boom. Text the guy. Oh, the number is changed. What the fuck? I'm like, yo, dude, this dude is playing games or something. And then boom, boom. Then he started texting, and then he's apologetic. So I'm sorry, my brother. Da, 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 da. Let's make it happen. I'm like, okay, sure. Dum dum dum. Made it happen. Boom, 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 boom. Now podcast down with this millionaire. Boom. And yeah, so that's how I went with that one. And more millionaires on the podcast. I can't tell each and every story, but these are the interesting stories I had with those millionaires. So it's really easy to bring millionaires on a podcast, guys, to be honest. I mean, for me, it was easy. It was all up with the people that I surrounded myself with. And, some of them, I know them on a personal basis. And some of them, I've known them through social media because I'm a curious guy. I like to surround myself with people doing things. If I read an article of a guy doing things, they're definitely becoming my friend on social media. So if you're one of you is doing some amazing things, I'll look you up. Try to add you on social media and see if you have the same vibe or feeling the vibes. Some relationships don't work, so don't force it. Boom, just move on to the next guy. Just do it like that. So yeah, so I guess I explained how you can bring a millionaire to the podcast. I just said it right there. I hope it helps somebody. If it doesn't, let me know how I can actually help you. If that's your goal to do it, let me know. DM me, Tatamondo, and then maybe I can give you one of my friends to come to your podcast. Maybe you might need to pay me for that. Yeah, you can pay me. I'll give you 1 or 2 millionaires for your podcast. Definitely, I'm down for that. But yeah, so check out my podcast, Making in Africa, where we bring a lot of value to young Africans. My goal is to get a lot of young Africans into entrepreneurship as we can. So